take a moment to pause the video if you need to, but we will be going into detail for each one of these. Okay, let's go. The rule for dividing by 1 is pretty simple. Literally every whole number is divisible by 1. But some of the other rules aren't as easy. The divisibility rule for 2 is also pretty simple. All you have to do is look at the last number, and if it is an even number, like 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, then it's a multiple of 2. This is where it starts to get interesting. To see if a number is divisible by 3, and also 9, which has the same rule, you have to find the digit sum. Basically the sum of all the digits. If this number is 0 or a multiple of 3, then the number is a multiple of 3. So for example, is the number 34527 divisible by 3? Well, 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 2 plus 7 is equal to 21, and 21 is divisible by 3. So 34,527 is divisible by 3. Moving on to 4. This one is simple but very easy to get wrong. Take the last two digits of the number and look at the two numbers as a two-digit number. If this number is a multiple of 4, then the whole number is divisible by 4. The rule for 5 is pretty self-explanatory. If the number ends in either a 0 or 5, then it's divisible by 5. Okay, moving on to the divisibility rule for 6. For this, all you have to know is if the number is divisible by 2 and 3. For example, look at the number 6,524. It ends in an even number, so it's divisible by 2. But when we check to see if it's divisible by 3, 6 plus 5 plus 2 plus 4 is equal to 17, which is not divisible by 3. So 6,524 is not divisible by 6 because it's not divisible by both 2 and 3. Okay, our next rule is probably one of the most complicated. So let's just say we have a number, let's say 175. And if we want to see if it's divisible by 7, what we have to do is take the last digit and multiply it by 2. Then we have to subtract it from the remaining digits, which is 1 and 7, so 17. 5 times 2 is 10. 17 minus 10 is 7. So if the number we get is 0 or a multiple of 7, that means the original number, 175, is divisible by 7. One more case that you might see. So let's take the number 2401. Okay, so let's multiply the 1 by 2. Okay, so 240 minus 2 is equal to 238. But we still don't know if this is divisible by 7. So we can do it again. 8 times 2 is 16. 23 minus 16 is equal to 7. So we know that 2401 is divisible by 7. And you can repeat this method as many times as you need to. Okay, almost there. Do you remember that the rule for 4 was looking at the last two digits of a number and to see if it was divisible? Well, the rule for 8 is similar, but it's just that we're using the last 3 digits instead of the last 2 digits. Like for example, let's take the number 12,800. The last 3 digits, 800, are clearly divisible by 8. So 12,800 is also divisible by 8. The rule for 9 is exactly the same as the rule for 3. If the digit sum is divisible by 9, so is the whole number. Last one, and this one is extremely simple. If the number ends in a 0, then it's divisible by 10. And there you have it, every divisibility rule from 1 to 10. Please like and consider subscribing to Master Calculator.